ERT News, episode 7. Welcome, everybody. Anton, good to see you here today. How's it going?
Thank you very much. Good to be here as always. I promised Jenna before we started recording that I was going to throw her a curveball. And because it's ERT news and we talk about the blue ocean and catching the wave, I know everybody's been on the edge of their seats to know, how did the WSL, World Surf League, finish last night in Fiji? Did the Southern California boy bring home the world title finally? No, he didn't. Another Brazilian. The Brazilian Storm. I think they've won what, like 10 out of the last 11? No, 7 out of the last 11 world championships. That's all right. The American girl did not win either. So, ERT will keep carrying on the good fight in the blue ocean until we finally bring back home the World Surf League Championship.
I really hope that for you. And I'll let you slide this week because we have an entire football season for me to talk about the Super Bowl
Oh,
champions,
football,
the Philadelphia
football.
Eagles. So we'll let you slide on that one. We'll have our Eagles updates every week too.
San
So
Diego doesn't even have a football team anymore, so you got to give me something here. All right,
I know
go.
you're
ERT
right.
News.
So
We're
always.
back.
All right. All right. Here we go. Today's topic, special guest. Second special guest in a row, ERT's in-house CPA and advanced tax planner, Mr. Tim Gacsy. So Tim, thanks so much for being here with us today. We'll also touch on a couple of EMS updates. We'll introduce a new specialist and then drum roll, please, announcing our celebrations contest winners. So without further ado, welcome, Tim. Thanks so much for being here with us today.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for
And
having me.
we're excited to have you on, your first time on ERT News. What I thought would be great to do next week, we'll actually show what you've built for the tax planning process inside of the Virtual Family Office Fast Track. But this week, wanted to just give you an opportunity to introduce yourself, share a little bit about your story, and help people who haven't had a chance to meet you or work with you yet, help them understand your role within specifically the VFO Fast Track tax planning, because I know you're excited about that and I'm excited about that.
Great. Okay. Well, a little bit about my background. I am a CPA with 25 years of professional experience. That's a range of public accounting to broker-dealer specifically. My licensing credentials, I'm licensed in North and South Carolina as a CPA. With the AICPA, I have the designations of personal financial specialist and chartered global management accountant. And I have 2 master's degrees, MBA from Indiana University, my master's of business taxation from the University of Southern California, and my bachelor's of science in accounting at USC, University of Southern California. So uh, my extensive experience revolves around tax and finance, right? Specifically, I worked at 2 large accounting firms, Ernst& Young. I'm doing tax compliance, tax consulting. I worked at Cohen Resnick, same there, tax compliance, tax consulting. And most recently, my past 11 years was in the broker-dealer industry. I was at LPL Financial, enterprise community investment, and private client services. And at all those roles, I was involved in finance, the CFO, and at LPL as the head of the tax and cost basis team. And one thing I noted when I was there, and I always brought up to senior leadership, was the gap we had, and specifically was in tax. Dealing with at LPL over 21,000 advisors and in private client services over 500 advisors. Advisors always reach out to me for tax planning. Where should they go? What should they be looking at? What advice I had? And that really wasn't my role, and that wasn't the specialties that we provided. And so I always looked and talked to upper management that we should focus on this, have a variety of vetted specialists that we could recommend to these advisors who have these questions. And out of the blue, I received an email from Anton, and I did more research. I'm like, what is this elite resource team? And you went to the website research. I'm like, wow, they're the leaders of what I've been looking for, right? Kind of aligning advisors and at ERT, advisors and accountants to specialists, right? We're all niched in one area or another, and there's only so much bandwidth we have. But the beauty of it is we know about these strategies. We just don't have the capacity to implement. And that's where ERT, I know it's like, wow, they have over 75 specialists that are niched in one area. Imagine that as an advisor. Oh, I have a tax question. I'm not specialized in it, but oh, here's vetted specialists on this platform that are. So I reached out and we started discussing. I'm like, wow, this is really what I envisioned at the two broker dealers I was at, is being able to support advisors and here at ERT accountants on specialties outside of their specific area where you could help and ultimately get the best result for your end client. And so that's what brought me to ERT, and I'm excited to help the company grow and be part of the fast track tax planning piece.
The
Love
rest
it.
was
So well said.
history. The rest was history.
Right?
I'm exhausted just listening.
Yeah, no, Jenna, well said. And two things I really just want to drive home. Hopefully, people watching right now pick this up. One, the reason why I asked him to share the degree of experience, the designations, the background is not to brag to the community, but to understand when we are sitting in front of a client, right? Or you are, and this is your team. Like you get to leverage that CPA, MBA, PFC, MBT, and all of the designations plus the 25 plus years of experience. So they know when you're talking about the virtual family office, specifically tax planning, it's like their concerns are addressed. They can rest easy knowing that there's an advanced planner that's coordinating all of the moving efforts with the virtual family office specialist. So that's one thing just to know. Rest assured, if your clients have any questions about the credibility of the designations, like you've got that on your team now. Okay, first of all. Second, the other thing he touched on at the tail end there makes me so proud and excited, which is he was looking even at what these huge firms like LPL are offering to their advisors. 20, did you say 2100? 21,
21,000 advisors at
21,000,
LPL, 500 at Private Client Services.
21,000 advisors. And they're going, hey, there's a gap here from what we're offering. Like, why can't we offer this to our 21,000? And I've said this before and I'll say it again. It's oftentimes not the established players that come up with disruptive ideas because they're already winning the game, right? It wasn't Marriott or Hyatt that came up with VRBO or Airbnb. They're already winning. They are incentivized to keep the status quo. It's smaller groups of people that recognize the opportunity in the marketplace and go, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. If they're not going to do it, even though they have the teams and the capital and the influence, it leaves companies like ours, smaller and more nimble, that preach the vision. And then finally, enough people start getting behind it. And all of a sudden it starts becoming reality. So when we get Tim over on our team or individuals like this, like it's such a big boost of confidence, I think, for everybody to keep moving into this blue ocean direction.
And the vision turns into this,
Oh, baby. No
It's
longer
not
just
a bad team
theory.
you joined there.
Yes. Yes. Inc. 5000. Thank you for the recognition.
5,000 finally got the merch there. Thought I'd show it off.
I like it. So, Tim, just to set the table for next week, because I know we're not going to go into it this week, but you've been working behind the scenes on creating the tax planning process. You're using some of the Tax Plan IQ software. We have a number of experienced tax members in the community that have been contributing ideas as well and tools. And you're starting to get in front of real clients and presenting real tax plans with real significant savings. And I know you're excited to share this with the community on next week's news. Is there anything else that you want to comment on in advance for next week before you wrap it up?
Yes, so just a quick overview. Um, our tax priorities in the fast track follow the same map structure that we use across all our priorities. And so for the tax piece, it's broken into two main phases, planning and implementation. So I'm involved in steps 2 through 5, and I'll get into further detail on those steps next week's, but our next week. But just as an overview, from analysts to execution, my role ensures tax strategies aren't just theory, that they're practical, compliant, and they deal real results. And more details to come next week.
Love it. I'll be here next week. I'm excited for that. Very cool. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Tim.
it. And of course, looking forward to having you back next week. Alrighty, let's see what are other updates. Elite marketing services, always up to something. That elite marketing team, really cool. Antonio, you wanted to frame this out a little bit.
Yeah, no, you and the marketing team did a great job on this. So for years, we've had members say, I spoke to an accountant at a networking event or wherever it is, and they asked, like, can I send them something? We used to have this 12 to 20-minute video that I did, and it was just kind of a talking head. It was okay, but it wasn't great. And we just finished a brand new video. It's less than 4 minutes, and it is not branded. So it's available for you to use with accountants that are potentially interested in learning more. And along with this video, we also finished a kind of a leave behind document. Essentially, it's a one-pager that would be double-sided, talks about the virtual family office, the value of working with the virtual family office model, how you as the advisor fit into that, and the additional benefits they can bring to a client. So go ahead and run with it here a little bit, but
Yeah, of course.
really
So
appreciate the
again,
work that everybody did on this one.
yeah, no, I appreciate it too. The marketing team has been crushing it. So if you're looking for the accountant lead magnets, you're gonna go right here, accountant lead magnet, and you'll see now that you've got this nice little download here. Brings you back to, oops, it's pretty small, the video itself. So as Anton mentioned, here's the video. So you can add that to any system that you're already using. But if you're plugged into Elite Marketing Services, we already got a template, of course, in Constant Contact that you can direct and brand anyone from your network already into to watch the video. And then, of course, what comes along with that, because you need some emails that go along with it, 3 emails for advisors to send to potential CPA partners. So again, as usual, done for you, nothing really much, no heavy lifting you have to do here. And then additionally, what we have is, as you mentioned, that one pager leave behind. We've heard this for so long. Hey, I just want to, how do I explain ERT to an accountant, et cetera? So really simple. You've got the VFO, 3 different steps, all of the different specialties. We tried to really narrow this down, but also show the breadth of the different areas that we have. Here's what you're facing, the reality that every accountant's facing, and then of course the virtual family office solution. And then right here, just highlighted in gray, is going to be the different areas that you can customize so that it comes directly from you. So
Yeah, I love it.
yeah,
So
really good stuff.
clean, so clean looking.
Yeah, really clean, and yeah, tons of great work. So if you're looking for that, you'll hear from us where exactly to find those in the portal. But of course, if you have any questions, let us know. Perfect. And then Tim, back to you. We've got another announcement here, new VFO specialist, Patrick Lamb. Excited to see him added to the VFO. Do you want to speak to his specialty a little bit more? That would be great.
Sure. Patrick, he is with Access Capital Group. And Patrick, a little bit about his background. He's a seasoned capital markets leader with over 20 years of experience. And he has raised more than $2 billion across diverse sectors. He formerly worked at larger financial institutes such as JP Morgan, Nationwide, and Griffin Capital Securities. He's been known to turn struggling territories into top performers. So now he specifically serves as the president of capital markets at Access Capital Group. And a little bit about their strategy is it's a leverage charitable donation strategy, and the client actually acquires membership units in a private LLC that buys license rights to high impact transformative intangibles. There's 3 different products we have on platform. There's more details in the community, but how it works is that after the purchase, the investors could vote to sell for potential profit or donate the property to a public charity, which gives it the 5-to-1 donation capability, which allows that charitable deduction up to 50% of AGI. One keynote on it, it is a security, and it's a Reg D Rule 506B private offering. So the rules are a little more strict on the marketing piece of it. So definitely you do your research on that as well. But yeah, we're excited to have Patrick and Access Capital Group on platform.
Very
Welcome,
good.
Patrick.
Yeah,
All
great
right.
to be here too. This is tax planning time is just starting to warm up.
That's
It
right.
is.
All right, well, we've been running this contest, the celebrations contest. I know everyone's been eagerly anticipating who is the winner. So again, we have one $250 winner, five $50 winners for anyone who participated in our celebrations contest. So every time you posted within the community, thank you so much to everyone who played along with our contest here. You were entered to win. And we did a nice little spin of the wheel, we call it here at Elite. Trey from operations, thanks so much for all of the work of counting every single entry. And we do have a winner. Drum roll, please, gentlemen. Mr. Jack Branch is always a wonderful contributor to the community. Jack has posted so many different wins, from just purchasing a brand new office, upgrading the office. He's talked about associate members, new client wins. He's joined calls and talked about all of the TSSKs that he's still delivering. So appreciate all of the entries that you entered there, Jack. So we'll be sending the 250 your way. And then additionally, our 5 winners. So also huge thanks, Lloyd.
Nice.
Lloyd was steady with those celebrations. Loved
Yes.
it. And really cool to see his growth and progress with different meetings. So Lloyd, congrats. James, Tracy, Sterling, and Al. It's been really cool to just see all the different wins that you've been having, and
Absolutely.
it warms our heart, and it just stuff that I know me and Anton like will look at every, over the weekend. He's like, look at all the wins in the community, this, and it fired him up. And it really does, we love taking a look at those. So don't stop, even though the contest is over. Keep sharing your wins because we love to see them. But
Yes.
yeah, appreciate all of the participation here.
Yeah, no, very, very well said. And it's so powerful for some of the newer members too. If you're a newer member in the community and you get an opportunity to just see some of the activity that other members are having, I think it makes it real, right? The promise becomes more real. So thank you to everybody and congrats.
Congrats, congrats. All right. Well, that wraps it up for today. We already shared a sneak peek of what's going on next week. So definitely tune in to episode 8. Thank you so much, Tim, for being here. Anton, always good to see you. I'll catch you next time.
Likewise. Bye for now.